Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another team teaching session. Our team consists of 3 members. I, Ashruti AS.
I am Anju Lakshmi.
I am Deepika.
And today we are dealing with a session with a new topic, allotropes. And we can move on to the session. Now you can see a PowerPoint presentation. Yes. Now it is clear, I think. Okay. Do you see some pictures in 2 tabular columns? You can see some differences. Yes, you can see some differences or similarities between those 2 columns, the pictures and formulas in those 2 columns.
Yes, we can see.
What are the unique properties that make them similar?
I think that in examples type 1, the compounds are made of carbon, but in examples 2, the carbon is missing. So they are classified on the basis of presence of carbon.
Yes, exactly. It's right, Anju. But the answer is right. But in the first case also, the carbon in the figure, the carbon is in some ways in combined form, and in some compounds or in some figures it is in the elemental form. And can you infer more from this, Devika?
Yes, Ashwini teacher. We can see in combined state, sodium chloride, gold, and silver. They are all in combined state. And in elemental state, we can see graphite, diamond, graphene, and fullerenes.
Yes, you are right. In this next table, you can see that the previous pictures which are classified into elemental state and in combined state. That is, diamond, fullerene, graphite, graphene are in elemental state, and chalk, paper, carbon dioxide, and sugar are in combined state. And more from this, we can infer what does allotropes are, and the more about allotropes will be discussed by Anju.
Yes, we learned a small introduction to allotropes. That is, the same element found in different forms. That is the simple and basic definition of allotropes. So let's see in further what allotropes are and its type. So as I told before, allotropes are different forms of same element. Here we can see that all the examples shown by Ashwati as carbon, but in carbon also they are found in graphite, diamond, and fullerene. So we see carbon found in different forms. That is allotropes. These allotropes are caused because of the different bonding arrangements between atoms. And because of this, there is a difference in structure with different chemical and physical properties. Now, when we take a periodic table, we find allotropes from group 13 to group 16. Here we are going to discuss about the allotropes of carbon. Some allotropes of carbon are graphite, diamond, and fullerene. So before going on to the allotropes, we need to understand what carbon is. Carbon belongs to the group 4 of the periodic table. It has 4 electrons in its outermost orbit and the valency is 4. Carbon is a non-metal. Now about the allotropes of carbon. It is 2 types. We can classify the allotropes as crystalline allotropes and amorphous allotropes. Among crystalline allotropes, there comes diamond, graphite, and fullerene. Among amorphous allotropes, there is coal, charcoal, and lamp black. So here, or in today's session, we are going to deal with the crystalline allotropes. The first thing is graphite. Now, onto the graphite. The graphite has some physical properties, that is, it conducts electricity. It is used as a lubricant. We have studied this. Graphite is used as a solid lubricant. This is because graphite has a layer-like structure. And because of this, the weak van der Waals force between the layers allow them to slide over one another, making graphite an excellent lubricant. It is insoluble in water. The intramolecular covalent bond between the carbon atoms are too strong to interact with water. And because of this, they are not soluble in water. It has a low density compared to diamond. This is because of the relatively large amount of space between the layers. So once more, graphite is having a layered structure, and because of this, these properties. Now let's see about diamond and fullerene.
Anju?
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay. Okay, we have discussed about carbon, and we have already discussed about the structure of graphite. And the next, the most important allotrope of carbon is diamond. The diamond word means unbreakable in Greek, and it is a metastable allotrope of carbon, where the carbon atoms are arranged in variation of the face-centered cubic crystal structure called a diamond lattice. We have already studied about the face-centered cubic crystals, and diamond is an example for face-centered cubic crystal structure. And each carbon atom is bonded to 4 others to form a giant covalent network of lattice. And its bond is of the same length and it is equally strong. So the carbon atoms are sp3 hybridized. As all the electrons are localized, that is, it is fixed in position, diamond is exceptionally hard and it doesn't conduct electricity. We all know that the hardest substance in the nature is diamond. So it doesn't conduct electricity. And this is the structure of diamond. Each carbon atom, here we can see that each carbon atom is bonded to 4 other carbon atoms to form a covalent network or lattice. And we all know the covalent bond is very strong. Therefore, it doesn't conduct electricity. And the properties of diamond, it has very high melting point and doesn't conduct electricity, but it conducts heat and very hard and also fluorescence under UV light and X-ray. Once more, it has very high melting point. It doesn't conduct electricity. It's a good conductor of heat, very hard and fluorescence under UV light and X-ray. These are the properties of diamond. One more allotrope of carbon is Buckminster fullerene. It's one member of a family of spherical carbon molecules. Sometimes it's called as buckyballs. It has the formula of C60. That is, 60 carbon atoms are joined together to form the Buckminster fullerene. The carbon atoms are arranged in hexagons and pentagons to give a geodesic spherical structure similar to a football. Here you can see the picture of Buckminster fullerene. And here we can see that pentagons and hexagons are arranged. Like graphite, each carbon atom is bonded to 3 other carbon atoms. Like in graphite, each carbon atom is bonded to 3 others. Each carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. In diamond, we can see that the carbon atom is sp3 hybridized And in Buckminster fullerene, carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. There are also delocalized electrons. Hence, C60 can conduct electricity slightly. We all know if an element have to conduct electricity, it must have free electrons. Diamond doesn't conduct electricity, but in case of Buckminster fullerene, it has delocalized electrons and it conducts electricity slightly. Okay, these are the other two allotropes of carbon, diamond and Buckminster fullerene. So in today's class, we have discussed about the allotropes of carbon. And first of all, we have discussed the first allotrope, that is graphite. And second, we have discussed about diamond. And the third one is Buckminster fullerene. Hope you all understood today's session. Let's move to the review questions.
Okay, here I am presenting the review and follow-up activity.
Okay, you can see the review questions. The first question is, give examples for carbon compounds. Second, what are the allotropes of carbon? Third one, write 2 characteristics of diamond. And the fourth question is applications of graphite in daily life. And you can also answer all these 4 questions based on the topics we have discussed today. And as a follow-up activity, write the applications of diamond. And the second one, write a characteristic of graphite. Find out the applications of graphite in industrial sector. And that's all for today's session. And we are signing off from the team teaching. I am Ashwati AS.
I'm Anju.
And I'm Deepika.
Thank you.
Thank you.